Danny, how long would you say that it takes for someone who's just starting an exercise regimen to really kind of get in the groove, to get, past that point where they're going to continue to do it and not just stop? The gyms notoriously are filled come January 1st. And then by February 15th, it's back to where it was. So how long do you have to do it before it becomes truly part of your routine? Is there a formula for that?
Well, scientifically, they say that it takes 21 days to form a habit. So for 21 days, sometimes you just need to trudge it, no matter what you feel. And it is, especially the first week, it's the hardest week. But you just get up, like I always say, suit up and show up for 21 days, and you're going to get yourself into a groove. Now, there's different walls that you're going to hit. You're going to come against another wall where you're gonna find the best excuses not to continue, and they're going to be so valid in your mind, and you're going to think that this is good, or you're going to treat yourself good because I lost 5 pounds, I feel better. And when you hit those walls, you gotta, you may not be seeing the results that you were seeing. I encourage you to just continue. Do not stop, because just because you're not seeing the results that you want to see doesn't mean it's not working. When you break through that wall, you're going to see another drastic result that you've been looking for. So 21 days, get in the habit, do what you need to do, suit up and show up for 21 days, and you'll get yourself in a groove.
I would like to add to that, if I
Go ahead.
So Danny's right about the 21 days to get the habit, but scientific research also shows that it takes even longer to actually see the physical results. So a lot of people like to, get that instant gratification, and sometimes during that 21-day period, that's 3 weeks. I mean, to expect to transform your body in 3 weeks, that's a lot, So really, to keep in mind, being closer to about 3 months before you start to see those drastic changes. Not saying you're not going to see any changes during those 3 months, but those drastic changes, you start to see around that 2 to 3 month mark, and then from that point forward, if you continue, it just melts off of you. So the 21 days will get you that habit of going, so it'll get you out of your old ways. But you definitely have to continue beyond that. At least, for those 3 months to see the best results. It's similar to a diet. You actually lose the most amount of weight the first week of diet because, say, you lost mostly water weight, but then you hit a plateau. But if you continue on through the diet for the next 30 days, 40 days, you're going to start to see your body start to melt away. So don't get discouraged if the first 2 months you see maybe a 5-pound weight loss and, maybe lost 2 inches. Don't feel like you're failing. Just feel like that you're going in the right direction, and as long as you just keep going, it's going to get to where you want to be.
Now, Dr. Marco, I know that we've discussed this in your sessions in the past about, when you eat, you shouldn't eat past a certain time of night, before you go to sleep. And Danny, you might want to answer this. Is there an optimal time of day to exercise, before you go to sleep or when you wake up? What do the studies show with that?
As far as optimal time of day, I think it's more like preference, and it's fitted into your schedule is really important. I personally think that in the morning it's the best because you get those those chemicals I talked about earlier, the serotonin, the endorphins, when those chemicals get produced, when you stop exercising, those chemicals are still working. Some of them for more than a day. So to answer the question, to do it in the morning, you now have the rest of your day where you're a little calmer, a little more aware, you're feeling better. Because those chemicals were produced in your body. So ideally, and too, in the morning, there's less excuses that you can come up with. I always say just get up and work out before your brain figures out what you're doing. Because things happen throughout a day where we can sometimes listen. Some excuses are legit. I'm not saying that, but things happen during the day, so you want to try to get it in the morning. What do you think, Dr. Marco?
I agree that the morning is ideal. I mean, I've worked out in the morning many times, and it's weird. You would think that if you wake up in the morning and you work out, you're dragging the rest of the day. but you get this adrenaline rush and this, these endorphins that start to go through your body, and you start to actually have more energy throughout the day. And then adding in eating a good breakfast like right after it, now your energy is like through the roof, and people are going to think like, what is he doing? I want to do whatever that person's doing. So I agree morning. I mean, I'm not saying it has to be in the morning. Sometimes we do get these schedules that are crazy, but everybody could find a half hour to hour a day. Even if it's on your lunch break, and you go for a walk to the place you're going to lunch, rather than driving there if it's close enough. So you could find that time. It's just a matter of prioritizing and making exercise a priority rather than on the back burner. We make a lot of excuses, but those excuses could definitely be rearranged. Not saying removed, but rearranged. I wanted to kind of put the next topic in the audience's hands. So anybody out there that has an idea of what they would like to hear about next month, please email me directly. My email is drmarcoferrucci@gmail.com. Robert, if you want to type that actually in the...
Yeah, I'm going to actually put up, we have...
But I'm curious to see if there's anything out there that I haven't discussed or I haven't even touched on that you'd like to learn about. Even if it is a person, that you would like to have on a guest, or maybe you read a book or a great doctor that you would love to have on here as an interview. I'd be more than willing to do that. I'm trying to bring this, this webinar to life. And let it be about the audience and myself and whoever else is with us, not just about, here I am giving you information. So please feel free to contact me directly to give me some ideas of what you would like to hear about. I would like the next topic to be audience requested. So anything that you could do, anything you would like me to do, please shout out to me. Maybe we could get Danny back on one day. Well, I mean, if there's no other questions and we're ready to wrap it up, I want to thank Danny so much for taking his time out of his night to do this with us. And I knew he would deliver. So I'm hoping that you guys all feel the same way and you guys got valuable information from what he's said. And I invite you to contact him too. His information was there. And yeah, so if we have no more questions, I think we could wrap this one up, Robert.
Yeah, and I think if anyone, obviously thinks of any questions down the line and they post them here on the event page, that we'll make sure that Dr. Marco or Danny gets those questions, and we could even answer them on an upcoming show. So, yeah, that's it here. So.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Have a healthy week.